I feel like this is going to be a little bit controversial of what I am going to say, but I feel like it's really important. And I want to talk about why therapy doesn't work sometimes. There has been so many examples of people being in therapeutic spaces for a very, very long time, almost their whole lifetime. And there is a sense of I'm not really progressing or nothing's really changing. I am doing the same thing over and over again. And these conditions really become big when one is experiencing distress or duress, or the stressors in our lives are very large. And this is because in individual therapy, while we focus a lot on insight, and we become very aware of who we are, why we are the way we are, what feelings are happening for us moment to moment, what's important, what is our intention, how we want to live lives, what kind of relationships we tend to get into, and what kind of patterns come up there. There's a lot of awareness of all of this stuff. But what is missing is the action. Where do I go with what I know? I can't go into life directly. Let's say for me, if I have one of my challenges is knowing how to say no, and I have understood everything about this topic and have a really good sense of what comes in the way. I have an awareness of my body, and I know very clearly when the impulse to say no comes up. And I've kind of practiced it with my therapist, let's say. I've got the worksheets and I've done the resourcing, I've done all of it. And then out in life, there's a situation where I have to say no. And then I freeze. I freeze because I haven't had practice. It's like any other skill where I need to practice something over and over again. I have a new way of expressing myself. And where does one do practice like that? Sometimes it's imagined that we can do it in groups, but not everyone in the group is doing one on one work. And therefore, sometimes the group becomes a little bit broader in its orientation and in its theme. And I've been really thinking about creating small groups where we can practice. And this is essentially practice groups, role playing, getting feedback, doing something over and over again, having people, and because I'm trained in psychodrama, having people pick up the role of, for example, a friend that I want to say no to, and have them that scenario in which I freeze, and the opportunity to firstly feel that in my body, feel that moment, but also then the opportunity to maybe have someone else even come in and show me how to do it. It could be a way that I can try different things, and I can do that over and over again, and I can get some feedback from other people as to what is feeling effortless or something that I can probably try. And this is the kind of holding structures that I feel like we don't have enough in the world. I experienced a lot of this during my psychodrama training, where we were together in a same group, a very small group of 4 people, for 10 years. And this was the place where a lot of the practice happened. And even though I'd been in one on one work forever, I feel like I just did not grow my roles because I didn't have the relational context. And a lot of the challenges that we face in therapeutic processes is because we don't have the way to mimic these systems. There's not enough places to test what I know. How do I cross the threshold and then go into the real world? If you think about anything else, any product that is created in the world, any software that's created, it always goes through very robust testing and laboratory like condition. And unfortunately, that principle has not been applied into therapeutic process. And I feel like this is a real gap. I've been thinking about this idea, and I have some ways in which I'm offering this process. And if you feel like you are interested in knowing more about it, feel free to be in touch with me, but really explore for yourself what is some ways in which you can practice what you know now, and how might you develop the capacity and confidence of new ways, new choices, new responses, new expression. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope this is useful. Until next time, take care. Bye.